Hey guys, my name is Gabby, and today I'm going to tell you my 13 favorite poses to use on an engagement photo shoot. It can be hard sometimes if the couple doesn't feel super comfortable or they haven't done a lot of photo shoots, so they just are a little bit awkward. And so I love to use these prompts to kind of help them feel more natural, maybe focus on each other and less about the fact that they're being photographed. So these can help a lot. The first one is the drunk walk. So basically, you're going to have them hold hands and then you're going to have them walk toward you but as if they were drunk. So this usually pairs really well with the hip bump. So they can walk, usually kind of stagger, bump hips. They're laughing, they're looking at each other. And in the moment, it can feel really awkward, but I always just tell them, I promise the photos are going to look amazing. Sometimes it feels kind of awkward in the moment, but I promise it'll be worth it. The second one is the twirl and slow dance. So I will have them face each other and have one person put their arms around the other person's neck or waist. And I'll just tell them, act like you're slow dancing. Like, imagine what that moment's going to be like at your wedding in a few months. When you do that first dance and you're slow dancing together. So they'll usually like snuggle up to each other, slow dance. And then for a variation of that, I'll have them do a twirl. So I'll have one person twirl the other person, which usually looks absolutely adorable. Number three is the forehead touch. So this is a little bit of a closer shot. You're just gonna have them face each other and then touch foreheads, or sometimes if someone's wearing makeup and they don't want to actually touch, just get really close. And you can have them close their eyes, you can have them look at each other, you can have them whisper something into someone's ear. It's a more intimate shot, but it's really romantic and a nice like close up you can get of them that feels, really special. Okay, number 4 is the piggyback ride. I would say don't do this if anyone's wearing like a dress or a short skirt or anything like that. But if they're in like pants or a longer dress, definitely go for it. You just have someone do, the piggyback ride, like when you're a little kid, hop on someone's back. You can have them spin around. You can have them kind of run, look at each other and laugh. And this is like really good for more playful couples that are just wanting to have fun and laugh a lot. I think that's a really good pose that you can use for them. Number 5 is kind of the most confusing one to explain to people, but I actually think it looks so cute. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have one person pretend that their nose is a pencil, and they're gonna write a word or draw an image onto the other person's cheek. So they're basically, if this was the other person's cheek, they're gonna like try to draw the word onto it. And then the other person has to guess what the word is or what the shape is or what the image is. And this works really, really well because they're in close next to each other. They're usually giggling and laughing because the other person has no idea what the heck they're drawing. And yeah, they're just kind of like nuzzled up close. So this one can take a minute to explain, but actually yields amazing results in the end photo. Number 6 is airplane arms into a bear hug. So you're gonna have them link arms, one person kind of be more behind the other person, and literally do airplane arms, which again can feel kind of awkward in public. But then I always tell them to go into the bear hug, which is to wrap their arms around the other person's waist and like squeeze and lean in, or I'll have them turn their head and whisper something cute into their ear. So the bear hug is very good. So airplane arms into the bear hug, those two work really well together. And then once you're in the bear hug, the next one would be whisper into their ear. So they're already in a great position at the bear hug. You can just have one person lean over, whisper something sweet into the person's ear. And I kind of change that prompt up depending on the couple. Sometimes I say, whisper something sweet and romantic to your partner, or I'll say, whisper something to your partner that's going to make them burst out laughing. So definitely just like feeling the mood of the shoot. And if they're feeling more playful and goofy, go that route. If they're feeling like they want to have like more of a sweet moment, you can have them say something sweet about the partner. Okay, so number 8 is holding hands. You can do a bunch of variations with this. You can have them stand a little bit farther apart and hold hands. You can have them stand and a little bit closer and have one person kind of hug onto the arm of the other person. You can have them hold hands and walk away. So this one is super versatile and you can just play it by ear and throw it in as an extra pose in a lot of different landscapes. So number 9 is kind of a goofy one. You can prompt them to both say their favorite food on the count of 3, the other person's favorite food, and try to guess it, or you can have them say what they had for breakfast or just anything goofy that gets them out of thinking I'm being photographed right now and gets them into just like focusing on the other person and having fun. Because also the photo shoot is an experience and you want them to have a fun experience. Of course, you want them to have great images at the end, but you want them to have fun at the shoot too. So yeah, it doesn't really matter the actual posing for this. They can be sitting, they can be standing, they can be holding hands. And I'll just have them look at each other and say, okay, say the other person's favorite food on one, two, three. And then they're giggling because they want to get the answer right for the other person. And it usually just like helps them relax and kind of have a little bit of fun together. 10 is running while holding hands. And this is definitely more for like an adventurous couple. You basically just have them hold hands. And I basically tell them to either like run or skip or frolic. I basically say like, okay, you're running off like into your future, into your honeymoon, into the rest of your life. The end photo is especially looks great if you're in like a field or a mountain or like a cool landscape where you can get a really wide shot of them kind of smaller in the frame. Like running, they're usually looking at each other or laughing or looking down. So that can be really cute. And then a variation of this is you can have one person lead. So in the first one, they're both kind of like running together. And then in this variation, you can tell one person to kind of lead the other person. And that looks really cute and romantic too. And it's just a quick variation you can do when you're already setting up for that pose. Number 12 is walking with their arms around each other. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. You'll have them link arms around each other and slow motion walk toward you. I usually have them look at each other for this. But they can also, you can tell them to laugh, you can tell them to look down, you can tell them to have a candid moment, or say what they had for breakfast or something like that. But I feel like this is a really cute pose to do, especially if they're looking at each other. It just feels super romantic and they're close and they're holding each other. So I think this looks really nice. And then the last pose is sitting. So I love doing sitting shots. You can have them sit on a blanket. You can have them sit next to each other. One personal favorite I love to do is have them sit with their legs kind of like over each other, like crossed. Um, it just looks like they're hanging out. It can be a really good like candid pose. And then from the sitting position, you can have them whisper something into someone's ear or hold hands. You can get a detail shot, or then you can tell them to look at each other and laugh. You definitely have like a million pose ideas once you get them in a cute position sitting. You just have to make sure that you either bring a picnic blanket or it's in a spot that's dry or not dirty. So I usually honestly keep like a little picnic blanket in my car just in case we ever need to use it on the shoot. So yeah, those are 13 poses I love to use on engagement shoots. I hope you get to use them and try them out at your next one, and it will make your couples laugh and goof off together and just have a fun experience. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys. See you later.